In 2 Corinthians 8, Paul tells the Corinthians about the Macedonian believers who he says gave generously and joyfully out of their extreme poverty. Giving sacrificially is an opportunity to take Jesus at his word, that he is going to more than make up for any sacrifice that you could possibly make, because he is simply better, that he's going to take care of your needs. And more than that, he's going to give you more of himself. I think part of the reason that moving has been so difficult and taken us so long is because the number is so large that we've wrestled with all sorts of things. Couldn't this money be better suited to serve the poor or be given to missions? Or isn't there some cheaper way that we can do all of these things and still accomplish these ends? We have felt the unity of the Spirit leading us to make this purchase at this time, in the hopes that for years and years and years and even centuries ahead, the Lord might use our intentional, sacrificial, and joyful giving for the glory of his name.
I heard this a long time ago, but it was like, our heart needs to be generous more than God needs our money or our time. The Lord knows me better than I know myself. And I think he calls us to give not because he wants to take, but it's because he has a more profit for us. And that's what's unique about us being generous with our things and giving it to God, is that A, it was never ours in the first place, but B, what we profit from giving is so much more than what we actually give in, like, to start. And I think he's like inviting us to like walk alongside, not because he needs us, but because he's inviting us into the joy that's going to come with it. That opportunity to like partake and the joy that is received from it is so much greater than whatever it cost us.
We had the opportunity when we were in our early 30s, when we were at another church, to go through a capital campaign. And I asked Laura to get up and speak in front of the church. And she got up there and she said, we're guilty of not giving back to the Lord while the Lord has given so much to us. And I'm sitting in the pews hearing my wife in front of the church say that.
I mean, I used to tell my kids growing up, you come in the world naked and you go out of the world naked. None of this matters. But we get caught in the throes of the busyness of the world, and I think sometimes it's hard to remember that.
You know, it was a big step of faith for us to make a commitment to something that we had no idea really how we would make it work. And then to see what the Lord did in it, it was crazy. It creates you, a natural optimism in what can happen. There's only a few times in your life you get to be put in a position where the reality is the Lord's asking you to think about something that you don't want to think about and you don't know how you're going to do when it comes to money and time and talents. And this is a time for us at Redeemer. We got to do it when we were in our early 30s. But I look back on it, like, I'm so excited that the demographic, which is mostly young people, get to go through this process.
We've never made that type of ask as a church. Church, we want you to give towards this. But now with confidence and excitement, I'm asking people joyfully, sacrificially give towards this, because I believe this is where the Lord is leading us. One of my favorites was a young boy, he's probably 9 or 10 years old, and he was so excited about where the Lord was leading us. His mom called me up later and said, I just want you to know that on the car ride home, he said, hey, I want to give all of my savings towards this. And I think it was $36 is all he had. And he said, I want to give it all because we all have to do our part. And he joyfully sacrificially gave more than any other person has given because he gave it all as a kid.
Well, I hope that a lot of people don't just not donate because they don't think they have enough money. If a lot of people don't donate because they have enough money, then that's a lot of money that didn't get donated.
It was a sweet moment of seeing where the Lord can work in our hearts and our kids' hearts when we don't even expect it.
We're proposing a move to a place that is just rubble, which on the surface feels like foolishness. But the gospel is not merely about redeeming souls. It's not less than that. The Bible promises us that Christ is going to redeem and remake this entire world. What a gift and opportunity it is for us to see a place that was formerly used for the healing of bodies and see it transformed into an outpost for the healing of souls. I think that's an incredible picture of what God is going to do with the whole world. And that even as we leave this place, we're not leaving this place behind, that it would become desolate, but that it would continue to be a light pointing people to Jesus within our city. And we're praying that God would continue to raise up more and more lights within the city so that everyone in Birmingham would clearly hear the good news of the gospel. And that feels incredibly worth doing.